Hi everybody, this is Saad, continuing my analysis of Somalia, given the recent comments by Donald Trump, which upset many people. You might remember that I posted a sad truth clip wherein I highlighted how Somalia scores on the corruption's perception index over the past 20 years, and they scored 180th out of approximately 180 countries that had been evaluated using, very, very thorough methodology. I already discussed this in a previous. So 180th out of 180. Then in a subsequent clip, I shared data from two freedom indices, global freedom indices. One, human freedom, a general measure of freedom, and then the other one was, press freedom, and they scored pretty much at the bottom of both around the world. And then I shared other data on female genital mutilation that showed that women, I think if I remember correctly, the age of 15 to 49, 99% of women had gotten female genital mutilation, which includes cutting off the clitorises, infibulation, and all sorts of other pretty rough female genital mutilation, 99%. Today, what I'd like to do is share some more. So this is why this is called Somalia's Ranking in Global Indices of Human Flourishing and Happiness. I asked Grok to list how does Somalia rank on various global indices. These are all well-established global indices, rigorous methodologies on human flourishing and happiness. So here we go. So the World Happiness Report, which measures, self-reported life satisfaction. Somalia ranked 130th out of 143. The Human Development Index, which is a composite of life expectancy, education, and income, it ranked 193rd out of 193 countries. And the Global Peace Index, which assesses safety, conflict, and militarization, it ranked 160th out of 163 countries. In the Global Hunger Index, tracks undernourishment, child stunting, and mortality. Of course, this is tragic data. It ranked 123rd out of 123 countries. And the data that I'm sharing with you here are from years roughly 2023 to 2025, depending on the index that we're talking about. In the Gender Inequality Index, these are all the latest indices available, which measures reproductive health, empowerment, and labor gaps. Somalia ranks 177th out of 178. In the Fragile States Index, which evaluates vulnerability to conflict and collapse, it is the single most fragile country out of 179 countries. In the Social Progress Index, which covers basic needs, foundations of well-being, and opportunity, it ranks 169th out of 169 countries ranked. In the Legatum Prosperity Index, which is a holistic measure of prosperity, including economy, health, and governance, it ranks 163rd out of 167 countries. And in the Happiness Planet Index, this one is from 2021, which is an index that balances well-being, life expectancy, and ecological footprint. It ranks 140th out of 151 countries. So now, am I sharing this information because I have a desire to just criticize a single country out of the blue for no reason? No. I share this information because there's a general lesson to be learned here. rather than have all the progressives go up in arms because, Donald Trump is Hitler and he is marginalizing Somalis and he's this. Wouldn't it make more sense to say, hey, uh, while the manner by which he expressed that sentiment might have been less than, perfect presidential decorum, is there any empirical validity to what he's saying? And I've now spent several episodes sharing an endless amount of global data, utilizing many global indices, spanning a huge amount of indicators that suggests that you almost can't think of a country doing worse than Somalia. And so it is perfectly understandable that Somali people would want to have a better future and would want to move to countries where they could be safer, where they can flourish, where they could uh, live the dream that many other immigrants have lived. But then in that case, would it be too much to ask as a minimal measure of reciprocity that you assimilate within the host society, respect the host society, place the host society's ideals above your tribal allegiances? I am first a defender of truth and freedom as an individual, then I am Lebanese, then I am Jewish, then I am Canadian. My most important, cherished values are those that are universal ones of liberty, freedom, and truth. So perhaps what our Somali neighbors can do is say, thank God that I was able to escape Somalia so that I can give my children a better life, and I will forevermore do all that I can to honor the society that has so generously accepted me in. And perhaps I shouldn't be engaging in behaviors that result in the disappearance of $1 billion of taxpayer funds. Take care, everybody.